Hey, Albert here from D-Cycle. Today I want to talk to you about some exciting web trends going into 2022. Web trend number 1, process over product. Make sure it's easy for your web developers and designers to make new features go into your website fast. If you make it easy and fun for them, your product is going to be great. Before I go to web trend number 2, I'm going to set up a server and I'm going to show you how things are currently done so you understand what we're doing wrong right now. Well, let me show you how a typical CMS setup works right now. This is something that powers about 42% of the web. I have here a web server that's running WordPress. There's PHP, WordPress, and a database on this thing. I'm going to turn it on. And don't forget, this thing needs to be running 24/7 to be spewing out your website. This is the heart of your website. It's your CMS. I want to show you a couple of designs I had my guy Eric do. So Eric's a pretty good designer. He makes some great designs. You can see here they are interactive designs. They work pretty well. They work well on phones. They're responsive. They're snazzy, and the client loves them. Let's see how we can get these to work within a CMS. Don't forget, you need to have an expert CMS guy. It can be a Drupal themer if you're using Drupal. It could be a WordPress guy that kind of takes these designs and kind of shoehorns them into the CMS. Let's see how that works. I'm going to use this one here. I'm going to put it in the CMS. And let's see what comes out here. So, yeah, you see what comes out of the CMS once you ran it through a themer and a developer. It doesn't look the same. It's something that the client is not going to be really happy with. We need to do a lot of back and forth, and you're losing a lot of money right there. So let's just assume that you spent that money and this CMS here is working the way it should. It's spewing out its websites the way it should, and the clients are happy. Still, you need to be maintaining this thing. It's really a money pit. I want to talk to you about security. There are security updates coming up all the time for these, for whether it's PHP, whether it's WordPress, whether it's the server itself, and those are all potential security holes. I'm going to give you one example, and by doing a small test here. I happen to have right here, written down on a piece of paper, my email address and a password that I use often for these types of systems. So I'm going to put it on the server. It doesn't matter where exactly on the server you put this. I'm going to put it between these two little arms here. I'll actually put my keys there as well, because that's something else you don't want thieves to get to. And I'm going to see how long it takes for this particular personal information to be compromised. So as you can see, things are going quite well, but eventually someone is going to come in, grab your personal information. See, I didn't get to him on time. Now you get back from grabbing a cup of coffee and your personal information has been compromised. So if you're using one of these servers, you need to make sure that you have a team that's keeping it up to date with the security patches. Now this brings me to, and let me turn off this server right here, because that's another thing with these servers. If anytime they break for whatever reason, often on Thanksgiving, just before Christmas, you need to bring in a team to fix them because the website is basically broken. Now this brings me to web trend number 2, which is often overlooked, which is do not throw your money away. Having one of these servers is throwing your money away. So what I would recommend is you take the server and you just very simply get rid of it. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it on the floor here. Now, what happens when you do that? You can take your designs just the way they are. You make them into pure HTML files, CSS files, and you serve them directly to your client. Here you go. See, and your client's happy because those designs are exactly the way the designers intended them. The client's happy, it's fast, it's secure, and you know, there's really no downside to this. Yes, but I need a CMS. Well, why do you need a CMS? You need a CMS to to have your marketing guys who are more comfortable in Microsoft Word than in HTML code make changes. Fair enough. This brings me to web trend number 3 for 2022. Don't use a CMS, but use your site editor's computing power to act as a CMS only when they need it. For that, we're going to be using technologies like Jekyll, Hugo, or other so-called static site generators that come with beautiful CMSs. No one's going to know the difference, but you're not paying for the server. Web trend number 4, CMS trend number 4 for 2022, security by simplicity. You saw earlier how some guy took my personal information. If there's no web server to speak of, your personal information is a lot safer. Security by simplicity. The last CMS trend for 2022 is automation. Once you've gotten rid of all that crap, those servers, the need for engineers to apply security patches and all that stuff, you can focus on automating what's important. What's important? There's no broken links on your website. What's important? Your site's accessible, your site's fast, your HTML is well structured. All that stuff can be automated, and you can be directed to any issues that arise. This is not rocket science. The reason we're not doing this is because we're too distracted by these web servers that are taking up all of our time. So those are the CMS trends going into 2022. My name is Albert from D-Cycle.